Okay, so we're on the subject of troubleshooting and analysis. And for the school tech who's interested in understanding what's going on within the school and perhaps being able to provide uh, the kind of feedback that only someone who's there in person can to someone like me or network services, I would recommend that you install a Wi-Fi scanner on your smartphone, be it Android or Apple. What can you use the scanner for? First thing, uh, if you want to actually identify the access point in a room, because in some instances we may not be able to actually know without your assistance. And also, if you're wanting to escalate a problem with a particular room, what you're going to do is you're going to turn on your Wi-Fi scanner and you're going to walk right up underneath the particular access point, and that will become very clearly the strongest signal on your screen. And you'll see a screenshot to understand what I'm talking about in a few minutes. You'll then want to go to a list view where it will list the SSID MAC addresses. And if you provide that to network services or to myself, we would be able to identify the specific access point that you want us to look at. And in fact, you will be able to do that once I've given you a little bit of information, which will be coming up in a couple of slides. Beyond that, you might find a situation where you have a teacher planning area where there's no access point, or some other area where there's no access point, or perhaps just an area where an access point was pulled out. And while you might assume that you need to have an access point in that room in order for there to be wireless service, that's not really necessarily true. So you can pull out your wireless scanner and start it up, and you look at what is visible to you in terms of the beacon signals sent out by access points, because access points send out beacon signals periodically, which just say, "Hey, I'm an access point, and I'm here, ready to serve you." And those beacons are used not only to let potential clients know that the access point is there, but also to determine the signal level that it could expect to receive from the access point, and therefore the suitability of the access point to provide service. So you can pull out your scanner, and if you can see that there's at least one or more strong beacon signals coming from an access point on a channel, and that there appears to be no potential for interference, that would be another beacon signal on the same channel from a different access point at a disturbingly high level, meaning that you could potentially experience conflict between the two access points, both vying to use the same channel to serve the clients. If you don't have that, then you can relax and think, okay, I don't need an access point here. Clients will be able to get wireless service fine, and there's not much potential for issues. Also, if you have a situation where your staff are complaining about issues in a room, and this is almost certainly going to be on the 2.4 gigahertz band, so this might well be in relation to using E5430 laptops. You want to come in and take a look at the 2.4 band and determine if things look healthy or not. I can't recommend a particular scanner app for Apple iOS. My general recommendation is that you want something that allows you to easily take the images and the information from the application and to get them somewhere useful to you. So that might be via email, or in my case, what I like is that I can I can store images and files on Google Drive. So I often am going to go into survey a site, which is to determine, where each access point is, identify the access point in a room. So I create a folder for that school, and I save a data file and an image file, which carries the name of the room I'm in when I take that image and that data file. So think about that aspect of things. The only thing I would say here as well is don't read too much into what you're seeing with a Wi-Fi scanner. It's not showing you any dynamic data. The beacon signals only go out periodically and briefly. They're not an indication of any level of traffic. So just to give you an idea, you might see two access points on the same channel at very close levels, but that means that there is a potential for interference. It does not mean that the interference is occurring. For interference to really be occurring between the two of them, both of them would have to have significant numbers of clients being served. So it's a useful tool, but don't overestimate what it's telling you.